Jacob, I don't know if you agree with this, but I just want to do this. This is for my own site, and we have been spending the last hour discussing political video blogging, and so what I want to say to Jacob now, and what is your role?
My what?
Your role in Radical Youth.
My role? I'm Director of Communications.
Director of Communications. Okay.
Call me the spin doctor, but that's not really true.
Okay. So we are discussing the future of political video blogging, and we're trying to figure out why are we doing this and how to do it. So I will use the YouTube videos as an example, where you have these faces. And for instance, John Edwards has videos on YouTube, which is fine, but it's all about him.
How are you? Oh, it's great to see you. How are you?
It's all about him, his role.
Thank you. God bless.
Oh my God. And there's not really a focus on the community around him. There's no focus on the Democratic youth candidates or people who support him. It's all about him, and I'll see the sort of the long tail of the organization behind him. What I would like to see with him and with Barack and others is the community aspect.
What's the campaigning experience, and what you really want to do in this campaign, and what's the relationship between voters and campaigners and then the candidate. That's really interesting bit.
Yeah.
Especially during the campaign.
Exactly. So here in Denmark we will have a campaign sometime during the next year, and I decided 2 weeks ago to say, okay, I'm going to sort of try this out. But so we don't want to do this. We want to do something else. And we're not quite sure yet what. That's interesting. I mean, what is the best practice today? Who are doing things that are really interesting out there? Who are doing things that are really innovative? There's so many examples. I mean, I mentioned to you Alive in Baghdad earlier, which is a team of people in the United States and Iraq who are making videos from Iraq, from Baghdad, and showing the world basically part of their context. So what my role is here, not just to show our context as youth politicians, but also our context as people in Copenhagen, and how we also communicate within
people who are radical.
Yeah.
I mean, social liberals
around the world. Ifri, Limek.
Yeah.
I would really like to see some footage from a Limek meeting where you discuss with someone from Southern Europe about social liberal ideas.
We actually have a Limek conference in Copenhagen coming up.
When?
I think it's check. It should be around here from like 3rd to 8th of October.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's soon. That's very interesting. That's very cool. So
we should try and gather some people and cover it.
Cover it. Yeah, and ask them for questions that need to be asked, and they are being asked every time people meet, but you don't have a record of it, so you don't know how to continue the discussion, and you actually lose any questions. Which I think is, the whole problem is that almost all organizations I've been, you have this brain drain of people leaving the organization.
Yeah.
And what you have left is things like this that nobody reads.
That and hard drives.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
so it needs to be viral.
Yeah.
Because you know the Star Wars kid.
I do know the Star Wars kid.
And you know how to get some of these other videos out there by Google searching and so on. If it's on a hard drive, it has no use.
Okay.
So the question is, how much information you want to open up, how do you want to open it up, and how... Yeah, there are lots of questions. So this is just an update about part of the discussions we are facing.